Hello everyone, I hope that you guys had a great week. So today what I'm going to talk about is the TurboGrafx 16 Mini. I ordered this guy from Amazon. Now from those of us that remember, this was an amazing system. I remember it used to be almost like an elite system. It was kind of hard to get. It didn't really take off in America like it did in Japan, but it was a really cool system to have. Made some amazing shooters, stuff like that. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get this thing unboxed, see what it comes with, and show you guys what it's all about. Let's get this thing open. Okay guys, so here's the TurboGrafx 16 Mini entertainment system. So this was for those that don't know, this was actually a really popular system back in the 90s. And it was big in Japan. It was okay here. It was here, but it wasn't as huge, obviously. But it was always kind of like, a lot of people thought it was like a cool system. I remember that this system has Street Fighter on it before a lot of the other game systems did, so that was pretty cool. Now, let's get this thing open though. So on the back, before I open though, just so you guys can see, it lists all 16 TurboGrafx 16 games and the PC Engine games. Now, just to give you guys a warning though, a lot of the PC Engine games will be in Japanese, so you will have to keep an eye out for that. They don't all translate over to English, but all the ones on top here are being English, and here it'll be kind of a mixed bag of whether they'll translate over. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, if you don't mind that kind of stuff, if you're a diehard retro gamer guy, none of that matters to me. That's why I bought it, because this system was really famous for shooters and those kind of games in the old days. Fun stuff to like. So let's get this thing open. So let's go start here. Get this open, this latch over here. All right, so let's pull this out. Excuse me tugging here. Let's put this box to the side. So first thing we see is obviously the instructions for the manual, right? On the side here, you have a controller, so let's pull that out. So you get a controller with it, which is pretty cool. And you have a second, basically, power cable right here. Then you pull out the system, and let's pull this guy out. Obviously, these are all wrapped in protective coating. Wrap. So here it is, the system, by Konami. It is bigger, I would say, than say like the NES Mini or the Super NES Mini. This is definitely a bigger system. I would say the length of this is almost about twice their size in length, and it's definitely a lot. This feels almost like a real TurboGrafx 16 system normally, size-wise. It's a big boy. If you look at my hand here, all right, and my head doesn't even go all the way across. So versus like Mini, which I'll probably do when I do in my follow-up video. I'll show you guys a comparison. It's a much smaller system. So let's put that to the side for a second. Underneath, you get your HDMI cable for hooking it up to your TV. So that's good stuff. And that will be it. After that's empty. So one of the things you're gonna have to get probably if you get this system is a second controller. Especially if you want to play with your friends. Now, if you're just getting this for yourself, you want to play some shooters, no big deal, right? That's not going to be a big deal on that. One controller will probably be enough for you. But if you're going to be playing with your friends, you obviously want to order that second controller, right? Because else you can't play with anybody else, because that's kind of a no-brainer. Now, who's this kind of meant for? I'll probably get more into that in the next video. This is definitely for a retro gaming fan. If you've never heard of TurboGrafx 16, and you're a retro gamer, I still recommend it. But for those of you, in generation from TurboGrafx 16, will remember it. I remember this, and I actually remember they used to have a portable, right? So they were doing a lot of stuff in the old days. When I was young, I'm not gonna tell my age because a little embarrassing. But besides that, it's definitely worth the buy. It wasn't too expensive. It was still cheaper than the Neo Geo Mini by far, and I think it's a great value. You get a lot of games, right? Especially considering that it gave you both the American and Japanese games. So, big difference about this, just so you guys know, is when you're comparing it to like the NES Mini, Super NES Mini, those companies actually made a different version for Japan, right? So but why these guys are throwing them both in one package, right? So I think that was really good of them, because they're giving you, all the games that one and the other would have. So I think that's pretty cool. So I'm going to wrap this up with my final thoughts and also who I would recommend it to. So I think this is a fun thing. Obviously, you know, when you get to these retro systems, it's definitely a targeted audience. Well, there you have it, guys, the TurboGrafx 16 Mini. Obviously, it was a lot bigger than the other systems. I mean, that thing was literally twice the length. And I'm pretty excited to play it and test it out, and I will be following up with a video on that. Just kind of give you guys an experience about it, of which games, you know, are really great. And I'll probably even, in the second video, give a list of which games only are in Japanese, so that way you kind of give you a heads up. But until then, you know, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, is this a system you'd pick up? Are you a retro gaming fan like I am, and or are you just older like I am as well, and you just want a blast from the past? Please jump in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions. And if you like tech videos and an occasional video about like music and music festivals, also please subscribe. I would love to guys have you and my YouTube family on here. But until next time, guys, if you see me at the bar or dine-in place, however they're doing it these days, let's have a drink together, and I'll catch you then. Bye.